The Super Mario Bros. Movie has now shattered all animated opening movie records, and they did it by sticking true to what the source material is. And there's a lot of behind the scenes that I've been reading when it comes to these critic reviews. 50 out of 100, 4 out of 10. They're upset that Nintendo didn't subvert expectations or use the platform to teach people how they're supposed to think, feel, act, and behave. And instead, what Nintendo has done is put Hollywood on notice, especially Disney, because there's a real sense that there's a cinematic Nintendo universe happening here when it comes to this first film. And what Nintendo has basically done has said that they are sticking to the source material. They're not interested in teaching people how they are supposed to think or pushing some message forward that Hollywood and Disney in particular seems to not be able to get away from. Even in the face of dwindling box office receipts, audiences are responding to this movie in a big way. Families are responding to this movie in a big way. Fans are responding to this movie in a big way. And the reason is because Nintendo is being themselves. They're simply saying Mario is Mario. Peach is Peach. She's a female. She is not the main focus of this film. It is Mario and Luigi. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because there are a lot of articles that you can find on the early pitch for this film, and a lot of the pushback was that they wanted this film, not Nintendo, but some of the producers, some of the people that this film was pitched to, they wanted this film to sort of transform into a quote-unquote female empowerment film centered around Peach. And Shigeru Miyamoto steps in because he's at the forefront of this project and says, no thank you, Princess Peach has a role to play in the Mario universe. Mario has a role, Luigi has a role, and we would like all of our characters to stay true to who they are. And sure enough, once that happens and the film comes out, you see the critics, and this is where it gets interesting, because I was sort of stuck trying to figure out how in the world could this film be a 5 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10. And I'm reading some of these reviews and they're talking about Nintendo didn't subvert expectations. What are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to Last Jedi this film? Nintendo didn't teach. Nintendo didn't take the opportunity to sort of put a deeper story with meaning into this film. No one really wants to go to the films anymore and be preached to, and you're seeing that based on the audience reaction to this. You're looking at a critic review score, I think on Rotten Tomatoes, of a 56, and a user review, audience review score of 98%. That's not people coming in and just sort of spamming the like button because they're upset at Hollywood. These are people who are going to this film and coming out full of joy. They are loving it. They are loving it because it is just a movie. It's something that you can go to, relax. You don't have to think about whether or not you can bring your kids to this film. You don't have to think about hardcore themes and whether or not it's something you want to expose friends or family to. You just go and you enjoy the film. Nintendo is going to take other properties, and based on this success, it is going to give Disney a heart attack. A headache is coming for Disney because they're looking at this and they're trying to figure out, how did it possibly succeed when it didn't do what we're doing, and that's teach everyone, be everyone's parent. Instead, they're just entertaining. You look at the next animated Disney film coming in 2024, Inside Out 2. They have already signaled to everyone out there that this film is going to explore quote-unquote other emotions that the character is experiencing in the film. So again, not that I'm saying that's a bad thing, but audiences just want to be entertained. I think most of us are tired of seeing things that are just supposed to be cute and whimsical become these diatribes of here is how everyone is supposed to behave and think in the world, and everything would be so much better if we all just bow down to our teacher, Disney or Hollywood. I am loving the fact that Nintendo is Nintendo. They did it. They did what they said they were going to do. Some of the critiques are, it's fan service. Think about that for a second. We've got an audience that loves apples. Yeah, sometimes they eat peaches, sometimes they eat grapes, but they love apples. So what should we do? Let's make a movie about apples. No, Hollywood is upset. Why didn't they make a movie about peaches and grapes and everything else? That's the issue that most moviegoers have. Even me, I am so tired of going to a movie and having to be preached to or just taught by Hollywood. Look at Top Gun. Top Gun came out of nowhere, completely decimated everything it was up against in the movies. Everyone was going away from the movies. Nobody was going to come back. Top Gun comes out, shatters records. Why? Because it's just a movie. It's about having fun. It's about an experience. Everything doesn't have to subvert expectations. What did they want? Did they want Mario to quit being a plumber and become some sort of political activist in the streets of Brooklyn? I don't understand what people want out of these films. It's a Super Mario Brothers film. Of course, it's going to center around the Super Mario Brothers. Peach is in the film. Peach is a princess. Oh my goodness, she's a princess. What are we going to do? Well, she's a princess, and she also fights alongside Mario and Luigi, but the film doesn't center on her. Oh my goodness, what a crime. What a crime. I'm loving the fact that Nintendo came in to Hollywood, made a film, made sure that it honored their characters, made sure that it honored who they are. And going forward, Hollywood's going to have a headache because you're going to have a Zelda movie, and it's going to have Zelda and Link, and God forbid, they're going to like each other. You're going to have the strong female character. Of course, you're going to get that if they do a Metroid movie. Think about this. We're complaining, some of these critics are complaining about Nintendo not taking these moments to teach us. They did it how long ago on the NES? Samus Aran, after you beat the original Metroid, takes the armor off, lo and behold, it's a woman. So, give me a break. I love the fact that they came into Hollywood and they said, here is what we're doing. Everyone disliked it, critic-wise. Some of the people who this movie was pitched to wanted to change it. They said no, and here we are with the biggest animated film opening of all time, and it hasn't even released in Japan yet. Take, for instance, the idea behind going to a film and loving it, and then wanting merchandise afterwards. These are things you have to think about. Star Wars took a huge hit in merchandise after The Last Jedi. Why? Because everyone that went to see The Last Jedi was just this angry person? No, because people, and myself included, we wanted a Star Wars movie. All we wanted were Jedi and Sith and cool effects, and that's it. We didn't want to be preached to. We didn't want our expectations subverted. We didn't want the baddest Jedi in the world who wouldn't even kill the most evil person ever, his own father, all of a sudden years later thinking about killing his nephew because he had a bad dream. Come on. Love it. Love what Nintendo is doing. And even if this is the only film Nintendo ever does, they made a point, and my goodness, was it a sharp point. I love what they've done. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I am going to see this movie Saturday. I cannot wait to see it. But I already know that as soon as Shigeru Miyamoto was involved with it, it was going to be Nintendo. I know exactly what it was going to be. It's exactly what I wanted. It's not a movie to teach me anything other than I'm going to laugh, I'm going to love the references, I'm going to love the sights and the sounds, and I'm going to leave wanting to buy something Nintendo, because that ultimately is really what it's all about. It's about keeping you engaged in that ecosystem, in that IP, in that world, And with Super Mario World launching all over the world, this new film, the potential for a new Switch, new games, I'm really glad that they stuck to their guns and they were true to who they are. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you've seen it, let me know what you think about it. Think about liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.